Hey there, I'm Matthew, the inventor of TrackJack. Hopefully you may have seen some of our videos where we have our TrackJacks and Hot Wheels cars and tracks. And so let me tell you a little bit about why I invented TrackJack and how it works. So Hot Wheels are these toy cars. You probably have seen them, I'm sure. Hot Wheels have been around for 50 years, 50, very long time. They're actually the most popular toy in the world. Mattel makes them. And they've been selling $500 million to $1 billion of these things every year over the past many years. And basically you've got these little cars and these orange tracks, and you can connect the orange tracks together using these blue connectors, and you kind of slide them together, and then you can build some interesting and fun tracks and run the cars down the tracks. And so lots of people have fun with these, of course. And my son and I had a lot of fun, as he was growing up, playing with Hot Wheels. But there was a problem we constantly ran into, and that's what kind of ended up having us create these TrackJack. And the problem was that it's actually not that easy to create fun tracks, because when you connect all these orange tracks together, it all works based on gravity, right? So you need to have ramps so the cars can go down the track. So you end up having to prop them up on your furniture and boxes and so on, try to get that height that you need. And then they're very slippery, so they end up sliding off. So you're now using tape and other heavy objects to kind of keep them in place. So you're kind of building these tracks, using whatever you have around you to do it. And then as you make the tracks longer, they start to bend. And so the cars start coming down the track and they go too fast or too slow. And if they go too fast, they fly off the tracks. And so it actually takes a lot of time just to get the tracks in a way that you can have fun with them. So you end up spending more time fiddling with the tracks rather than actually playing with the Hot Wheels. And my son used to come every day, when I'd come home from work, he wanted me to make an epic track, so we'd spend time making a track. And then of course at the end of the play period, we have to take everything down because we want our living room back. And so then have to do it all again the next day. And so I was looking for years trying to find some type of track system that makes it easier to build these tracks and take them apart and put them back together, and I couldn't find anything. And I thought, well, I'm a creator, I invent things, I make things, so let me give a shot and let me try making something that would work for us. So I created a lot of prototypes, 3D printed a lot of prototypes and so on, and I ended up creating and ending up with this. And it worked so well that I thought, I really need to make this available to everybody. Now, 3D printing these things, and I'll show you how they work in a moment here. 3D printing these things is great for prototypes, but they don't work for the final piece because it would just break. You need something that's much stronger, so I had to get injection mold molds made and so on and so forth to manufacture. But basically, here's how it works. Very simple. TrackJack is just this, call it scaffolding for Hot Wheels. And basically, you take your track, you put the TrackJack under it, and you twist it on, and look at that, it stays there. And what it does is it raises your track. So now you've got a track with an angle on it, and your cars can go down that track. And you can build up the height of your track simply by connecting TrackJacks together, and you can connect them in any type of configuration. So there's a taller track. You can connect tracks this way, this way, basically any configuration. But here's what also becomes cool. So once you start building up like that, you can now do vertical tracks. So now you've got a 2-track race. You can put another one on the bottom and have a 3-track race. You can put a track on the side. Let me take this apart. So you basically pull them apart. And let me put it together like this. Connect it sideways. And now I've got side-by-side tracks. Look at that. And you can just keep connecting it as wide as you want, as tall as you want, as many tracks as you want. You can create ramps, bridges, jumps, everything, all with this simple little building toy, the scaffolding toy called TrackJacks. And they as I mentioned, 3D printing is too weak. You need something super strong, especially because it's got these pins on the top and the holes that the pins go into, so they would just break instantly with 3D printing. So again, I had to make them with injection molded plastic, so they're super strong. So look at this, I can bend them. You wouldn't normally do this, but I can bend them, and look, it still maintains its shape. It doesn't break. If I plug them in, I can plug them in like softly so they can easily pop out, or I can really put some pressure on them and they get really strong, almost like Legos get really strong sometimes, and they stay in place. And then again, if you want to try to break them, it's actually really difficult to break them. You know, even just the way I'm using it there, it still hasn't broken. And again, that's not normal use. You wouldn't normally do this, but still, they still work well. So basically, we sell them in a bag, I'm sorry, like this. So I also spent a lot of time not only designing the TrackJacks to do well, but I wanted some good packaging too. So rather than a box that you throw away, I ended up finding this type of packaging. It's a zipper bag, so it's a plastic zipper bag. So it allows you to keep your TrackJacks in the bag, and you can actually even fit Hot Wheels tracks in the same bag. You fit your tracks right in there, and you put your cars in there, so it's almost like a go-to bag for your Hot Wheels. And you can get these on our website at trackjack.toys. That's T-R-A-C-K. You can see right there, trackjack.toys. You can also find them on Amazon and so on. Amazon and Walmart websites as well. So I hope maybe you'll check out some of our videos where we use TrackJack to make some interesting tracks. There's also been other creators who create videos of Hot Wheels stunts and some amazing tracks that they're building with TrackJack. I encourage you to check those out as well. And thanks for watching my video. I'm Matthew Giorgio, the inventor of TrackJack.